Well, it's the start of a brand new week, only 2 weeks to go to the Cape Town Met. We're on a Monday morning at Turffontein, which is a bit unusual because we normally race elsewhere on a Monday, either in Natal or sometimes in Gqeberha, but not normally in Joburg. But that's the way that the schedule has panned out. And Lyall Cooper is as ready as ever, with a cough here and a cough there, to take us through a big week of Joburg racing, because we've got 4 race meetings this week between now and Sunday next weekend.
Yeah, amazing. We got today Turffontein, Tuesday Vol, Thursday Vol, and Sunday Turffontein. So busy week, Nico. Looking forward to it.
Well, you'll join us for some of those meetings, not all of them during the week. We'll share the spoils. Just to let our team know, and also our followers and all our loyal supporters, that our Clocking the Gallop direct line for the Cape Town Met launches tomorrow. So make sure you watch out for those videos. It'll tell you exactly how to sign up and come on board. Our team was also in great form yesterday. The Ghost Rider, I think, tipped the PA a few times. It paid 120 odd rand. So he made a nice little profit there. So well done to our Ghost Rider, who's on the boil with our KwaZulu-Natal racing. Right, let's get into today. We have 8 races today, starting with a maiden plate over 1,160 meters. And whilst you tell us what you like, I'm going to bring up the betting for race number 1. This Phantom of the Forest has been very, very costly to follow, but has the danger in Mother of Pearl, who's been backed into even money. It should be a 2-horse war, shouldn't it?
100% agreed, Nico. Yeah, Phantom of the Forest quite exposed, having his 10th run today. But Samunga does jump aboard, and I just did a bit of studying on this race on a line through Stroke of Mercy.
Yes.
Phantom of the Forest, Stroke of Mercy was 3.75 lengths behind Phantom of the Forest at level weights. And Stroke of Mercy beat Mother of Pearl by a length and a quarter at level weights. Right. So on that, there's 5 lengths there. Obviously, Mother of Pearl's got plenty more improvement to come. So I am going to lean towards 1 Phantom of the Forest, Joey Soma, Samanga Kamalo, to beat the 9 Mother of Pearl. I think it's a straight match race. And then we have to watch the betting on 6, 7, and 8. And I saw there was some money for the 7. Let's Go Global. Tara and Zaki said, we'll need the run, including the quartet. And what worried me here, Nico, the mare won over 2,000 meters.
Yes.
So, sure, it looks really like a 2-way straight match race, this.
Very well bred horses. Number 6, Edward Ryan, Argentinian bred. That sire, Catcher in the Rye, I did a bit of homework, was the top sire in Argentina in 2016 and 2017. Has sired 13 Group 1 winners. But it looks like on the pedigree it's going to want a lot further. There's not much confidence coming through from the either.
And funny enough, Nico, the 8, the Gathering at 33 to 1, I wouldn't leave that out of the quartet.
Yeah, son of Silvano. But unraced as a 4-year-old, you'd have to think there were problems there with him.
Could be.
He hasn't made his debut yet, and he's already turned 4. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so it does like a 2 as well. I think I'm leaning with you towards Phantom of the Forest, the more exposed form. Even though Mother of Pearl gets 2.5 kilos, I think I'm with you on the. I think there's more value to be had on the 1 than there's on the 9 there in the first.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to race 2, which is a small field. Start of the PA, 1:05, a merit rated 94 handicap, 2,000 meters. Total Protection has attracted the support into 13 to 10. Do you like him?
I do, Nico. In fact, just to tell the punters out there, I study without betting, and then I put the betting in. Yes. And quite a few of my selections today have ended up being favourites. In fact, last time you and I worked together, we tipped only 1 favourite.
That's right. Today, you went against most of them. You went against most of them.
And today, I am in the camp quite a lot of the favourites. So let's start off with Total Protection. I mean, the form is very, very strong. I don't need to tell everyone who Porto Manzano is, or Anfield's Rocket, or Platinum Sky for that matter. And when we look at a line through Platinum Sky with number 3, Diesel and Dust, number 4, Total Protection, does theoretically hold Diesel and Dust. So I made the danger here, Flashy Apache. This is Gavin Arena for Tyro and Zaki. But Flashy Apache, if you look at those last 4 runs, as good as they are, Flashy Apache is the only horse to have won one of those 4 form lines. So it's a little bit of a worry.
Yeah.
Loves the course and distance. And then, of course, number 1, I think that's on the cover, isn't it? Nico, Express from the US. Your horse.
Yes.
Isn't that?
It could well be. It's one of the horses owned by Mr. Barnard.
The problem is that looks like Gavin, and if I look at Express from the US, Gavin hasn't ridden it for a very long time.
No, I think it's. Did he not ride one of the horses that was trained by Tyro and Zaki for Mr.
Must be
Mr. Barnard? Yeah, yeah,
must be.
So you fancy the favourite though to win this Total Protection?
I really do, Nico. I mean, Starcoin can improve. Diesel and Dust ran an excellent third behind East Coast. Flashy Apache's in such great form. Express from the US, on a line through number 3 as well, Diesel and Dust. There's not much between Express from the US and Diesel and Dust. But if you go to Total Protection, we're talking about that win there, Platinum Sky. Obviously, Platinum Sky won. You got Thunderstruck and a Riverdiccio behind. So some really nice form lines here. So for me, Total Protection is the horse to beat. Guaranteed, no. I think there are 1 or 2 others that could give him a go, but certainly a strongish first selection, yes.
Okay, because I did my homework on the last run and just put in a rating, what he ran to. He ran to 102, which was basically 6 points higher than his rating is at the moment. So that augurs well. The only thing I had against Total Protection was the trip of 2,000 meters, because he hasn't done 2,000. His last run was over 1,800 at the course. I think he'll get away with it, though, and I think he is the horse to beat. I agree with you there. I'd be on Total Protection with the more improvement to come as a lightly raced 3-year-old.
Agreed.
Okay, we go to the third race now, which is the start of the pick 6. It's a maiden plate over the 1,400-meter trip. In this race, no blinkers for number 8, Marquez. Give us your thoughts on the opening leg of the pick 6 here.
Right, well, if you look past the 9 Vitellius, then it's a very difficult race. I see it open about 9 to 10. It's gone out to 11 to 10. I think this is the one to beat. Wai Chong Mowing, Randall Simons. There was nothing wrong with that debut over course and distance in a time of 86.07, which was nothing wrong with that time either. The draw of 6 is fine. But we have horses that could be nice improvers here. Stepping out, I made some nice value here. Number 2 at 7 to 1. Does hold number 1, Give Me a Diamond at on that run behind Global Approach, and also some decent enough form. Is held though by number 7, Lord Nelson, on the last run. So this is all very confusing. So I have to put number 7, Lord Nelson, in. I think that also could be a player, as well as number 8, Marquez. There's been a bit of money. And then I'm interested to see number 12, Miss Christmas, because the mare, this is the debutante, number 12.
Yes.
The mare won from 2,000 meters 5 times. So she was quite useful. So if you look past the 9, Nico, I think it's quite open.
Yeah, I'm just confirming here that horse has got a compression mask on, Miss Christmas. That's the change in this race. Number 12 has a compression mask on. Just to quickly go back to the chat about number 2 stepping out. The fact of the matter is that I think this horse is better than his last 2 or 3 runs. Reason being, the stable was so cold. They weren't winning races. And look what they've done in the last couple of weeks. Lyall, David Nevenhays has turned the form right around. They had that winner, Aniara, that won at the Val last week on Thursday, which was excellent. And I think that's a huge danger. I think that might well be the value horse stepping out.
I hear you.
We at 7 to 1. Yeah,
it's got to be a player. Well said.
Okay.
I think you were on course on that day, and if I'm not mistaken, it was a pick 6 carryover.
Which day?
That day that horse ran, Aniara.
Yes, no, I was there. Yes, yeah,
and it was a pick 6 carryover.
100%.
Yeah. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, strange how those things work. But
it was you,
yeah. Anyway, let's move on to race 4, which starts off the jackpot. And
Nico, just one. If I may mention just one more, Nico.
Yes.
That 7, Lord Nelson. I also think number 7 could be a bit of value.
Yes, you did mention
in the third race, because that debut wasn't terrible. And on that next run, not the worst run either. So just to include that with keeping aboard.
Okay, that's fine. That is race 3 done and dusted. Let's go to race 4. Pinnacle Stakes over 1,400 meters. Small field. Looks like the class should shine through here. What is your thought on it? I see Under Your Spell is at 18 to 10 and Humdinger 2 to 1. These 2 are the class fillies.
They certainly are. I've always been a big Under Your Spell fan, like I am with Burn. I've just gone blank. What's the horse? Mr. Chudder and Warren Rippon's Big Burn.
Big Burn.
So I've always been a big fan of Big Burn and Under Your Spell. I think I mean, there've been races when I've watched Andy Spell and said, wow, how good is she?
Yeah.
Now she's here, waited to win the race. Calvin knows her well. For me, she is the horse to beat. And possible banker. Big respect for number 2, Humdinger. On the last race, she did beat Andy Spell, but it is 2 kilograms worse off, so there shouldn't be much. And then I've just found one, Nico. Queen of Shadows. Right at the bottom there, 10-1.
Yeah.
Malasera Kajeri for Alec Laird. Just look at those form lines here. The run behind Princess Philippa. Queen of Shadows is 5 kilograms better off with Hollywood Bound for a 3 3/4 length beating. On the Humdinger run, 5.5 lengths, 5.5 kilograms better off. And then on the Follow Me form line is 2.5 kilograms better off for a 1/4 of a length behind Follow Me. So Queen of Shadows, my value certainly for the exactors and trifectas.
Okay, so it could be improvement there from Queen of Shadows, who did run a good race last time up behind Emerald Princess, but you'd feel that the cream may well rise to the top here with Under Your Spell and Humdinger. Just a quick mention to Hollywood Bound, who we've been for on this program quite a few times before. Very consistent filly, and Raymond Danielson rides her really, really well. She's not drawn the best, but she will be running on at the business end there. Number 3, Hollywood Bound.
And she likes the course. And she likes the course and distance. I just thought, I love this horse as well. I just thought today, like you said, Nico, the Under Your Spell and Humdinger should be just a tad classy.
Yeah, they should be a little bit classier than her, but she's got a chance on her.
It does.
Form. Yeah,
it does.
Okay, race 5 is off at 10-3. It's a merit-rated 86 handicap, and it's over 1,400 meters in race 5. There are no changes in this one either. Quite an open betting race. And I saw when I asked you what you thought of this one that you had quite a few numbers here that you thought had chances. What's your top one?
I was a bit worried about this race, Nico. Rule by Force looks really quite decent. So either I think he'll come through and win, so punters can take a chance and banker him. But if he doesn't, I think this is a nightmare of a race.
Yeah.
Gavin keeps the ride with Joey. Only up 4 points for the last victory. I mean, those first 3 runs there, there've been 11 winners from them. So they're not bad form lines either, but no winners from the last one. So that being said, either Rule by Force or I thought horses like number 2, Fast Love, this could be a big runner.
Yeah.
That second behind Paisley Park last time, that was a fantastic run. Good form and, tries the course for the first time. Number 11, Destiny of Souls. 0.5 kilogram better off with Let's Do It. 4 kilograms better off with Rule by Force for a 4.5 length beating. 1 kilogram better off with Fast Love. 54 kilograms. I wouldn't be leaving this horse out. And one more I want to mention is Ignatius at 14-1. Randall Simons for Johan Jans van Vuren, drawn 4. I thought even a horse like this could win a race like this if 9 have to fluff his lines, because he had excuses last time. Excuses last time.
Yeah.
Tough race.
Yeah, tough race. As Lars says, quite a few come into it over here. We've done a take a bet jackpot, so we've put in quite a few in this race. You mentioned Fast Love. I think that's got a chance. And down at the bottom, Destiny of Souls. Not the best score in the world, but a change of rider. I've expected more from this horse in the last 2 or 3 runs. Hasn't done it. So I'm going on the change of rider there that he's going to perform today, number 11, Destiny of Soul. So watch out carefully for that. A 7-1 chance for me. Okay, let's go on to race 6, which is probably for me a field race, but I want to know your thoughts on it. The Fillies and Mares 67 divided handicap. It's over 2,000 meters, and there are no changes in race 6. And 4-1, the field basically has field written all over it. I couldn't decipher it clearly. Could you?
I couldn't agree more, Nico. This is an absolute field. Last year did beat number 3 Liverpool Legend on the Special Charm form line. But if you go back to the Magical Flight form line, Cerulean Dancer beat number 2 last year. And this was the favorite. So, oh, goodness gracious. I do think the value is number 5. Cerulean Dancer. See, that's coming there, 25-2. This horse is 12-1. That would be my value. But field, Nico, I can mention 2 horses which I don't want to that can't win the race, but I can mention 8 that can.
Yeah, so I thought this was your field race today if you're playing. I couldn't work it out. Aunt Pity Bet could improve. Winning Queen has had plenty of runs. She hasn't won in a long, long time. It wasn't a nice race at all.
No.
As Lars says, his value is Cerulean Dancer, number 5, at 12-14-1. Okay, on to race 7, where there have been a couple of scratchings now. Number 1, Belvard, and number 2, Southern Song have both been scratched in this race. 10-4 is the off time of the fillies and mares, 84 divided handicap over 2,000 meters. So we've only got 5 runners now in race 7, and the betting will be adjusted accordingly. Dark Travel's a marginal favorite, or is it? No, the favorite's Trump My Queen, actually, marginally ahead of Dark Travel, and then Stunning Kitten and the other 2 runners. Dark Travel, Trump My Queen, where's your money?
Money's on Trump My Queen. If they run to form here, this should be a match race between Trump My Queen and Dark Travel. Dark Travel's better at the weights with quite a few of them, yeah. But overall, I thought Trump My Queen might just still hold Dark Travel. But straight 4 from 5 here, Nico. If anything else wins this race, they've turned form around.
Yeah. So on form, it looks like 4 from 5. I'm expecting improvement from Mirren. I don't think she's been herself the last couple. So I thought she might improve a little bit, but I think you've nailed it there. Trump My Queen, Dark Travel in race number 7, which, as I say, is only 5 runners big now. Okay, the last race of the day is at 4:20. It's a merit rated 66 handicap. There are quite a few changes. Yeah, I see there have been a couple of scratchings in the last half an hour. Number 5 is out.
Good. We need them.
Stone.
Oh, wow. That's a pity.
That's out. Number 18, Kingdom Darts is scratched. Then number 17, King of Venus, is now ridden by young Siandis Seaball, who still claims his 4. I think he's only got 1 more win before he goes.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
2.5 kilo claim. No blinkers on 3, West Coast Lover. Cheek pieces on the 13, Twice as Wild. And no cheek pieces, blinkers on 16, Giancarlo. And number 16 has no tongue tie. So a few changes over there to that last race of the day. It doesn't look easy, the last, but how are you seeing it from your end?
Yeah, I went back and round and forward. I actually ended up with number 5, Written in Stone, which is unfortunately now gone.
Scratch,
but you know, I'm fairly happy because that was my first selection. But Power Ranger, I call this our Power Ranger, Nico, does hold number 5, Written in Stone. So it makes it a bit easier for me. Power Ranger, this will be the horse to beat, even though let us down many times and hasn't won for 592 days. So horses to beat him include number 4, Timbavati River. On best, certainly could compete. I like the draw. Number 7, which is Back to Basics, would have been well held by stablemate who scratched. But, there and thereabouts. And then horses like number 17 and 8. So number 8 is Scotadito at bigger price. And now, what you just told me, I didn't even feature this in, but now you've told me King of Venus is in here with Sianda. That's 57 kilograms. That could be, I wouldn't leave this out of the pick 6.
Yeah. There's one other horse I wanted to ask you about, and we've spoken about this a couple of times. This horse, What a Tiger. Now, you told me about it, I think, 2 or 3 runs ago, and I've been watching this horse come through. I see they've taken the blinkers off this horse now, What a Tiger. He's 16-1.
Well, I'm going to put you on Nico. Sure. That's putting me. It's a very difficult race, so I'm going to say yes. But on form, I'd say needs to improve.
Yeah, it does need to improve. Okay, so give us your top 4 then in that last race now. How does it stand?
Very skeptical. 11, 4, 7, and 17.
Okay,
don't like it.
To win it. Okay, you're going for Power Ranger. I've had enough of him there. He can win.
I know. So far, Nico, but who's going to beat? I mean, well, not who's going to beat him, but I
know the owners. They're such great guys. H. Long and all the Long boys. Lyall. And I just don't.
You know.
Yeah, I wish he wins and wins for them, but I don't trust it. I really don't trust it.
You know what, Nico? Just listening to you and chatting, we both had enough here. The horse that might be the one then is Timbavati River, because has beaten Power Ranger before, even though Power Ranger's better off at the weights. Maybe the 4 could be the right one from that draw.
Yeah, it does ran well up the straight when it went back to the straight 2 runs in a row. So may prefer the straight and is drawn right up on the outside. It could well be Timbavati River's day again.
Could be the one.
Okay, that's not an easy race to end off the meeting, but it's competitive racing out at Turffontein today. I wanted to thank Lyall for his thoughts. You can catch our Take a Bet show. Myself and Chloe have done that already. That will be circulating through the system during the course of Monday morning. And I know you're out there today, so have a great day. We may chat tomorrow. I'll be in touch a bit later on. Val Classic Racing on Tuesday. And as I say, keep an eye out for our Clocking the Gallop direct line, which launches tomorrow, the 17th, right the way through until the Met weekend, which is next weekend, starts on Friday, the 27th. I think it is in about 10 days' time. Have a great day, Lyall. Don't burn your skin too much. You're going to wear a hat?
I'm definitely wearing a hat, Nico. I've learned.
Okay. I know.
Yeah,
I threw you in a hat the last time I was at Turffontein. I thought it looked good. So wear that hat and all the best for later.
Thanks, Nico.
Cheers, man.